Hi, everyone. I'm Ambrose with 3i Technologies, and I'm joined today by one of our finalists from the Oculus Fund. Launched in 2022, the Oculus Fund is an annual $10,000 grant awarded for small business startups. The fund aims to create new opportunities for entrepreneurs to create more startups, more jobs, and a brighter future for Battle Creek. Today, we have Kara Bolden from Dynamic Duo Driving School.
Great. Yes, and I'm great and happy to be here. Thank you very much. My name is Kara Bolden. I am the owner of Dynamic Duo Driving School and one of the lead instructors there. I started this business on my own. It's been a little bit over a year now.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
For a career, I am a flight attendant for Delta Airlines. I've been with them for 6.5 years. Love the job. I'm also a mother of 5. I've raised them. I have one left in the house. She's 12, and I'll be teaching her driver's training soon.
So how old is she going to be this summer?
She'll be 13. So she has a little bit to wait to actually take driver's training, but she's very eager to. She's the first out of 5 that I will actually teach.
I remember I was very eager to get my driver's license, and then it turned into now I'm running errands for the family. Like I have to go pick up the mail or the groceries, or I have to run to the store to get what we forgot, the ingredient for dinner, right?
Yes. With my other 4, they were eager to get theirs as well. However, once they got it and I started seeing, okay, delegating stuff, go to the store, do this, do that, then it was like, oh man, I wish I didn't get my driver's license. And yeah, so they got over that fast. So hopefully with this 12-year-old, I guess it's just her in the house now, so she'll just have to transport herself. But
very good. Yeah. So tell us about the business. What is it about?
Dynamic Dual Driving School is helping teens get their driver's license and drive safely and responsible on the road. I also do adults as well, private lessons for adults, so I do get a lot of those. For the teens, they take segment 1 and segment 2. Segment 1 consists of 24 hours of classroom instruction and then 6 hours of behind the wheel. And that's when we get behind the wheel, and I have 6 routes that I show them, and they do. And then I critique them on how they can improve or how they can become better drivers.
And what made you start the business?
So what made me start this business is I was starting businesses for another organization. And I had started 3 or 4 businesses for them, one including the driver's training school. And I was just their administrator. And so I really didn't know the ins and outs of actually owning a driver's training school or becoming an instructor. So I was knocking heads with the instructors and stuff like that. I eventually left, and I had parents come to me and saying, hey, we miss you at the school. Do you ever think about joining and doing it again? And I was like, I really never thought about it. And then I decided I got tired of my full-time job that I was doing. And I said, hey, why not? Why not be able to go and help another child? And so I went to training over the summer. And I think that was maybe 3 months. Maybe a total of 3 months from the beginning to the end for me to get my instructor license. And then I was going to go work for a company, but really didn't get the flexibility that I needed with my full-time job as a flight attendant. And so I said, how can I go about doing it on my own? And I did all the paperwork. It took me almost a whole year to get approved, but I waited and waited. And eventually I became a provider as well, because you have to be, in order to become a provider, you have to have an instructor as well. So I was that instructor going to be a provider for that instructor. So I did that. In my first class, I only had 2 students. So I was a little bit defeated and man, I did all this work for 2 students, but I had held that class for those 2 students. Grateful for the 2 students that I had. They came back to do my segment 2, and they're both actually have their driver's license now and doing well. I just kept going. So it went from 2, and then it went to 4, and then it went to 8. My limit just for myself is 12. You're allowed to do 32, but I like the smaller classroom size. I can give them more individualized attention and help them with a smaller class.
So do you have them in a classroom environment first and then you move into the vehicle?
Yes. So they have to do at least 4 hours in the classroom before I can take them out on their first drive. The classes are 2 hours a day for 12 days. And so after their second classroom, I take at least 2 students out and they drive.
And your clients, are they they're getting referred from the school district to you? How does that work?
Actually, it's been word of mouth right now. I do put stuff on Facebook, but most of the stuff has been word of mouth. Kids taking it with me, and then they'll go tell their friends or family at school or at home, and then I get it. I had a kid who came to me when I first opened up, and his mom was getting her hair done, and she was saying, "Hey, my son is in driver's ed, and she loves the instructor." And they was like, "Great." This other lady was like, "Great, we're looking for someone to sign a contract with the Michigan Job Challenge Academy out at the military base." And they reached out to me. And so now I have that contract out there. So I go out there in March and September, October of each year. And I have about 22 students that I do out there. So most of it has been word of mouth.
That's really great. There was the small business owner that is my dog groomer. Shout out Eva Pet Spa. She was similar situation. Started off, just had not a lot of appointments. So she felt like a little anxious and nervous. And then now it's just like she's busy all day after a year. It's like rocking and rolling pretty good. Can you tell us about where you see like maybe yourself in a year from now?
So in a year from now, I see myself, I want to get into every public school in Battle Creek. So Harper Creek, Pittsfield, Lakeview, and Battle Creek Central. I have started the process with Lakeview High School and Penfield High School. Hopefully I'm up and running in January. I'm working on my routes and stuff with the state of Michigan because there's a process. I've been working on it for about 2 months, so it's not an easy process. I'm hoping to get a couple more instructors. So that's where I see myself.
So you make the dynamic duo like a trio? Or you're going to keep building from there?
I'm going to keep building from there. Yes. And my long-term goal is to expand out of Battle Creek. And I want to be able to offer driver's training to low-income families because there's a lot of families. I know when I had 5 kids, there was no way, like I had 3 taking it back to back. And it was hard for me to actually pay, I think it was $475, $500 back then, for me to do it. So my kids had to wait. So hopefully with this grant or any grants that I get in the near future, I'm able to discount it or hopefully offer it for free. If I can get into the school systems and the school systems can work with me, the state of Michigan has money that they will actually do.
Yeah, I remember mine was subsidized too because I was in the same situation. Like we wouldn't be able to afford it if we weren't part of this school program that got us that. I think back then also it was our teachers had to pull double duty and they're the ones that were our instructors back then too. I remember that. Tell me about if you were awarded the Oculus Fund, what sort of things would that help you with?
So if I was awarded the Oculus Fund, that fund would actually help me. I just purchased another vehicle. So everything that I've done so far has been strictly out of my pocket. So I have 2 vehicles. One of them is fully ready, and that's the one I've been using right now. I just purchased another vehicle that I have to get the wrap on because there's certain requirements that you have to have on the outside of your car in order to make it a driver's training car. You also have to have the dual brake on that side, so I'll have to purchase that, pay for somebody to do that. I want to get another instructor, so I want to be able to send someone to training for that. And then also, whatever I have left, if it's doing $50 off per student that applies for driver's training, that maybe they're $50 short, I can say, okay, I got this money set aside. I can give this family $50. I can give this family $100.
So I'm understanding there was a business in Kalamazoo that recently closed down.
Yes.
And that's where you're getting a lot of the word of mouth too, correct?
Correct. So the driver's ed school that closed down in the Kalamazoo Portage area was well known, in Battle Creek as well, Albion, Jackson, and they closed their doors a couple months ago. So a lot of those parents were left trying to figure out where to send their kids. So I have gotten a lot of those kids. Like I said, I'm trying to get into Penfield and Lakeview. So that's a start.
Yeah. So that was good timing then for you to start this. And you were probably, was it before or after that you decided to start this that they closed?
Actually, it was after.
Okay.
It was after. I was just trying to make my business known, put it out there. I went up there and talked with the principals at both schools, and they were on the ball with it and saying, hey, let's go.
So how can folks reach out to you if they want to enroll their kid into your driving school?
So if you're looking into enrolling your teen into driver's training or an adult that's needing private driver's lessons, you can reach out by going to my website at dynamicdualdrivingschool.com. You can also shoot me an email at dynamicdualdrivingschool@gmail.com, or you can reach out by phone at 269-243-1159.
Before we wrap up, any words of advice or encouragement for those in the Battle Creek area looking to start their own business?
Yes, word of advice. Anyone that is looking to start your own business, go for it. Don't get discouraged. Continue to go. Things will be slow at first, but don't give up and keep going.
That was Kara Bolden from Dynamic Duo Driving School. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.